sometimes girls
keep slipping into the future. What happens is that you be free to be the real me, the she. You were my baby, I love you right. An American rebel.
You know you can't see me. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tuesdays with Rebel. I'm your host, Ricky Rebel. And today we are going to be talking about Elon Musk buying up Twitter and what that could mean for free speech for all of us. Will that mean anything? Well, I don't know. Let's have a discussion about it. He bought up about a lot of shares of the company, I think 9% of the company, which is the biggest stock shareholder. But before we get down to all of that, I wanted to make sure I talk about my sponsor, C60 Evo, which is an amazing antioxidant, great for anti-aging and also getting a better night's rest and mental clarity and all sorts of greatness. People love this. I mean, C60, I remember when my friend heard that I was being sponsored by C60, she's like, can you please hook me up? I really need that. She lives and dies by C60, but this is apparently a highly concentrated version of C60 that you can only get on my website, rickyrebelrocks.com, and use the gift code EVRRR for 10% off. 10%. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'd like to bring up my host, my co-host, Adam Francisco.
What's up? What's going on, everybody? Well, out there in Ricky Rebel land. How you doing?
Hey, man. How are you?
Today is a beautiful day, and you already got into it a little bit with Elon Musk buying up some of Twitter. That's probably one of the most unexpected but needed things in this world right now. So thank you, Elon.
Thank you, Elon. Do you think anything's going to come out of it or what?
I don't think it's going to be as quickly as people wish or hope, but let me just say this. There's a purpose for him doing that because he put up a Twitter poll you might have seen a couple weeks ago where he asked if Twitter, deploys free speech fairly amongst everybody. And 70% of respondents said, no, it doesn't. And then he added a footnote saying, please answer carefully because the results are very important here. So it seems that he really cared about the answer. And it seems that he's trying to become an activist from inside the company to restore free speech to this country. That
would be great. I know there's like this big meme going around that the second he puts President Trump on again, everybody's going to scream and be like, oh my God, go crazy. Have you seen that meme?
Yeah, I've seen the meme, and I actually there's a funny ass 30-second video that's been going viral. I don't know if you've seen it. I could try to pull it into my screen. Hold on. It might not
work. Deborah Godinez says she wants your cap.
What's my cap?
Yeah.
I made disgusting out of mall. Actually, I went to one of those malls in Daytona Beach, and they had that guy on the machine. He was making, and I just said, can you put Let's Go Brandon on that red, white, and blue? And he goes, yeah, I got you. So this is actually a very unique hat. There's no other hat in the world like it.
It's great. Yeah, Bradley. So Bradley just said he saw that video. Yeah, I'm wondering if actually any change is going to happen.
I sent you a link in the private chat if you want to pull it up for the audience. I don't know. It's in our time now. But if you want to pull that into the audience, just so they can see that clip, it's a 30-second clip about Trump returning to Twitter through Elon Musk.
Yeah, I'll put that up right now.
I hope it happens.
Let me share that right now.
Yeah, pull it up. Crystal in the comments on Facebook, she says, hey, boys, what's good, Crystal? Hope you're doing well. Let us know where you're coming in from. Yeah. And let's give a shout-out to the guy who created this video. His name is Damon Imani, and he seems to be a producer. So, he put this video together for our enjoyment.
This is funny.
Oh my God. Look at that. Holy smokes, man.
Oh, that's so cool. That's so well done. I'm sorry, but that clip makes me giddy.
That's funny.
Like, I don't know about you, I get a little moist when I see that clip.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel like was that taken from when his stock went. Where was that video taken from for
I have no
Elon?
idea, but honestly, I honestly think
Hilarious.
that excuse me, I think that if Trump comes back, there is going to be national celebrations and parties, and they'll be calling them mean tweet parties. And,
Right. Me tweet parties.
oh, I just can't. I can't. I think Trump's going to be back on the platform before the next election. I think
But
so.
isn't that what Truth Social was supposed to be for? Like this place where he had a place to, or all of us Americans had a place to be able to talk freely and openly. How is that platform going? Are you on it? Anybody out there listening right now? Are you guys on Truth Social? And what is it like? I'm still on the waiting list. I mean, I thought that was really weird that they have a waiting list. Oh, look at this great comment. Ricky, your new music is sounding good. Thank you, Podcast Gel. I have been working really hard on my music lately, and
Okay, we're back.
oh, you're back now. Okay, great.
Yeah, we had it was just doing the spinning circles thing. So I'm on Truth Social right now. This is what it looks
Yeah.
like. You guys can see it. I don't know. It's a little blurry, I guess.
Okay.
Our ring light probably. But
Yeah,
it looks
okay.
a lot like Twitter. It looks a lot like Twitter.
Okay.
And my name there, if you guys want to follow me, is Adam Francisco. You guys can follow me there. I don't post that often, but the only thing I'm really disappointed about is that Donald Trump hasn't posted since its launch. And
Oh,
I
he
really
hasn't
like
even posted yet.
I like to see him be active on the platform. I think that's going to draw in a crowd, and he just hasn't really been using it. So that's the only thing I'm disappointed about.
Well, that's weird. I thought that he's the one that, see, this is all I see. I'm on the wait list.
Yeah, that's causing people a lot of headaches because they thought the app would be fully functional by now, but apparently they're still on the wait list. I'm not sure why they're doing that. I think that's silly at this point. They should just open up the floodgates and let everybody on.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is.
And the stock right now, I'll be honest, is falling right now. There's the ticker is called DWAC, DWAC in the stock market.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been dropping the last couple of days because there's been some internal movement at Truth Social. People are leaving internally, which is not a good sign usually when high level execs start bailing.
Yeah.
It's a little uncomfortable. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
So I don't know where it's going to go. I don't know.
Yeah. I never really had too much high hopes for that because I figure like any app that comes on a through the iPhone has to go through the their whatever system of blocking people. Like if you can't get it on your app store, then they just take it off the app store. That you can't get it at that point.
Yeah, Apple has a lot of control over what gets installed onto their device, which is for safety reasons. Because if you have an app that you can install through a website, for example, which that does exist, there's just a lot more safety precautions to your phone. Apple doesn't have as much control over hacking and stuff like that.
Got it.
Yep.
Yeah. So Evelyn Rogers this can take us to another topic here. Boycott Disney. She's saying to boycott Disney. What are your thoughts on everything that's happening right now?
So
poor Disney.
First of all, for those of us
I
watching,
should never say poor Disney. They're fine. They're just fine.
For those of us watching, if you want to pull this up, Rick, I'm going to send you the link that you can pull
Yeah. Just keep saying those links. I really like that.
I think people are going to like this link. Yeah. I hope this shows up correctly. But Saturday, April 16th, guys, there is going to be a protest against Disney, and it's going to literally be on Hotel Plaza Boulevard and State Route 535 here in Orlando. So they're expected to have about 300 patriots showing up to boycott Disney. And we're calling this the Disney World DeSantis flag wave.
Okay. Oh my gosh. My friend sent me a picture of the Disney character in MAGA, like Mickey. He's like, did that make you sexually aroused? He's a freak. I love him so much, but yeah. I've seen this before. So Disney World DeSantis flag wave Saturday, April 16th.
A patriot that owns a Mickey.
Okay. So what exactly are you're protesting? Are you protesting the comments that were happening? There's a lot going on. Just fill me in on what exactly is the goal and the mission of this protest, everything.
So as you know, DeSantis passed a bulletproof piece of legislation called the Right the Parental Rights and Education Act. And what that's meant to do is it's meant to protect children from hypersexualized conversations about sex and gender. And the Democrats have completely distorted the meaning of the bill, and they're calling it the Don't Say Gay bill. Disney, who is one of the wokest companies out there today, is basically on a mission to reverse DeSantis's bill, which is meant to protect children. The reality is children should not be spoken to about transgenderism or sexuality until they're of an appropriate age. And the Right to Parental Act bill says nothing can be spoken to kids, kindergarten to third grade. It literally targets 5-year-olds to 7-year-olds. And for some reason, Disney has a problem.
Very young.
With this. Yes, so Disney has a problem with this. And so we're boycotting we're protesting Disney because they have literally, there's an executive producer for one of their kids channels who was caught on a live stream saying that she does have a gay agenda and that they're trying to increase trans representation with the young audience, and they want half their characters to be LGBT minorities by 2030 or something like that. Yeah. So my issue is like, I have nothing against trans people or gay people or any of that stuff. I really don't. But
yeah, most people don't.
I do think that it should reflect the proportion of the actual community. So if the percentage of the community is 2% trans, or which it's not, it's lower than that. But let's say it's 2% trans. Well, then make 2% of your characters trans. Fine. But it seems that they're not doing that. They want to make it like 30% trans. And what is that going to do to kids? It's going to normalize a different lifestyle that may not be even for them.
Yeah.
But kids believe in Santa Claus. Kids believe in the Tooth Fairy.
Right.
So, and you want to say that.
They really do. Yeah. I'm sorry I got to say it that way, but they really do.
We should be a discussion with kids. Kids are so. If you guys want to join us for the boycott, April 16th here in Disney, you guys could DM me on Instagram, Adam Francisco, if you want to coordinate with me. I'll be there with Paint the Trump. He's another big time YouTuber. So
everybody hit the like button right now if you're watching, and share this live broadcast. Thank you for Charlie for reminding people. That'll help people discover this live broadcast. Just click the like button and share it with people you know, and drop lots of comments for us, any questions, and get into the conversation. We really like that. So Evelyn Rogers just said, I agree, Adam, just leave your young children out of this before they can process more in life. I read the bill. I mean, it's quite short. I mean, it's pretty short. I liked all of it pretty much. I like 98% of it. I just had a little bit of an issue with like one sentence. I was kind of like, but I guess it's appropriate for children that young, you know. I just, and the sentence was, I forget what the sentence was about in general, you know, because there are gay teachers out there, you know, who have husbands or, you know, wives or whatever. So there's Mrs. Hester, and then, you know, if for some reason something comes up in the class, we're like, well, a guy teacher's like, well, my husband and I went on a trip and blah, blah, blah. Like, it just, you know, sometimes you just talk and you just like let it out. Like, oh, what did you guys do? Oh, my husband and I, we went to a trip with your husband. And the kids go, what? And everybody freaks the fuck out, and they go home. And one of the kids goes home and gets the guy fired. You know what I mean? Like that's part of the bill that I'm kind of like a little bit weird about, because being a Mr. or a Mrs. Being a Mrs. implies being bonded in a sexual way with somebody. I mean, usually when you're married to someone, you're having sex with them, hopefully.
Not all marriages. Usually a lot of marriages end up sexless at some point. You know,
I know.
The spark dies. But Adrian Exeter here says, Adam, I would say that even applies to any explicit descriptions, even heterosexual relationships. This is about explicit content being discussed with children, with small children. Exactly. This doesn't just cover gay and trans. It just covers straight sex as well. It's just like, don't talk about sex or relationships at all. Like,
what's the point? I don't understand. But can we talk about kings and queens and things like that? Yes. You know, they had sex with each other.
Facts. I think we should be allowed to do that.
Do you know what I mean? Like, where they're coming, I'm just trying to see where they're coming from. What they're saying is, the liberal side is saying they call it the Don't Say Gay bill, because I think what they're trying to say is you can't talk about those things. But it's like, why would you want to with
Exactly.
why would it doesn't? Yeah, like you can say gay.
Hey,
I don't
Ricky,
understand this. I don't get it.
I'm in
I think
Florida.
it's so.
I'm in Florida right now. Literally, I'm in Orlando. Gay, gay,
Yeah,
gay, 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 gay. So guess what? You can say gay down here.
you can say it.
There's no don't say gay bill down here. It doesn't exist. I just did it 10 times. So
Yeah.
Democrats,
What is
stop
there?
lying.
Let's read this comment by Agent Exeter. Help me get through this here. I mean, when I was a kid, he said they had to get a permission slip signed by the parents and inform them to have kids attend sex education classes. Even then, it was age appropriate. I agree, Agent. I think everything should be run through the parents, and that's why I like the bill. I was really into the bill, like most of it, like 98% of it had to do with giving the consent to the parents, like letting the parents decide, okay, is this okay for my child? And then at that point, the parents are more in control. But it's just like this whole thing where the communists, they want to take control of your kids as if you're not really the owner of your kid anymore. That's what they really want.
Yeah.
To
You
put
know,
it bluntly.
there was an amazing thread on Twitter that Tim Pool shared, and it goes into why schools are doing this, why they're
Okay.
trying to inject gender theory into young children. And what they do is a lot of it has to do with, it starts with critical race theory. That's kind of like the first seed that they plant in these kids' heads
Uh-huh.
by breaking kids out into oppressed and oppressor group. So they'll tell the black kids or their brown kids, you're oppressed, and they'll tell the white kids, you're the oppressors. And
Horrible.
what happens is a lot of the straight white kids, they start to hate themselves because they have all this self-guilt, right? Because the teachers are telling them, you're the reason black people are lagging behind us in this country. So what do these straight white people do? Well, how can they instantly get oppression points? You become trans. You find out now that if you identify as trans or non-binary or LGBTQ community, all of a sudden you now are able to say that you have an oppression badge. And that
Oh,
gives
yeah.
you some relief. And once they do that to you in the schools, then you go home to your parents and you say, Mommy, Daddy, I think I'm trans or I think I'm non-binary. And now your parents are like, whoa, like, where's this coming from? And so now they've created a rift between the child and the parent who are now torn apart. And so then to make it even worse, you have school counselors and teachers affirming these kids' genders. So when a kid says, I'm a boy, but I think I'm a girl, the teachers and counselors will be like, let's get you on some hormones behind your parents' back. Shh, our little secret. And this is happening all across our country right now. And so now you have families
oppression points
torn apart, all for oppression points. And because this is really stemming from propaganda, right? That's ultimately what this comes down to.
Yeah.
A lot of these trans people end up retransitioning back because they never were actually trans. They were just propagandized into thinking they were because of
That's horrible.
critical race theory. That's what it all comes down to. And this is an agenda of communism and Marxism, of little social justice warrior activists. And they've done a damn good job. I got to give them credit for their agenda. It's working.
I'm so glad that I didn't grow up with any of this garbage, this like white people are bad bullshit. I'm just so grateful because I didn't grow up with any, because I would have been that kid in the class. I would have been like, excuse me, that's racist. I would have been like 7 years old, like, that's racist. I have a lot of beautiful white friends over here, so that's racist. Sorry.
Yeah.
Bitch.
My
I would have been 7-year-old bitch.
My elementary school was considered a magnet school in New York City. So it was like very diverse. So I was always surrounded by diversity. And I don't recall anything like this happening in terms of critical race theory. I don't know if it existed in New York City in the 80s. Might have. I don't recall it. And then as far as sexuality, I vividly remember learning about sex through my classmates, not my teachers.
Yeah,
I remember when I was in like 7th grade, one of my classmates had her period for the first time, and she was like in the bathroom crying because she was the first girl. And then the rumor went around the whole school, like, this girl has her period. And we didn't know what a period was. No one knew what a period was. But she carried the shame with her because she was embarrassed to be different. And then the first time I ever saw the female genitalia was because back then kids would bring porno magazines like Penthouse into the school. and they would pass it around and be like, look at this, guys, this is a vagina. And I'd be like, wow, this is such a weird looking thing. I've never seen this before. But that's how I learned about the female body and sexuality, which was through other children.
Your friends.
Exactly. Through other natural, like just naturally.
Yeah.
Not through teachers or creepsters trying to tell me as a kid about this stuff.
Yeah. I learned about how to masturbate when I was in junior high. Like, I'm a late bloomer. I saw a picture written on the wall, and it showed like how to do it. This guy wrote this thing on the wall. There's this thing coming, and I'm like, oh, is that what happens when you do that? Okay.
Yeah,
I think I'll try that out.
I did not engage in masturbation until high school, like early high school. I didn't know.
Yeah, I was a late bloomer, bloomer to that one.
Yeah, but now you have kids. Now you have kids like being taught this stuff, like about self-pleasuring so young, and it's like, this is disturbing.
Why? That's disgusting. I saw that.
Jada Pinkett Smith went on an interview, and she said that her grandmother or something taught her about like owning your own pleasure as a young girl. So that way, when a man gives you pleasure, it's not coming from him; it's coming from yourself. I was like, that seems twisted and weird.
Let's talk about this this bill I read. You guys are gonna trip when you read this. I saw it this morning on my feed, and I want to share it with all of you. It's about trans and non-binary. Check this out. Check this article out on Fox. Palm Springs moves to pay transgender and non-binary residents. That's right. A universal income for trans and non-binary people. $900 a month. Read it right there.
That's it, guys. That's it. That's it. I'm going to become an NB. I'm an NB. As of today, right now is my coming out
Me
story.
too.
Well, you are part of the LGBT. I know you hate that word because you don't like being grouped together, but you have
I'm totally non-binary now. Exactly. I 100% believe I can change my sex at any moment and any time.
They just have to look at
for $900 a month.
Believe it. That's crazy, though. Wow.
Yeah, the Palm Springs City Council unanimously passed a bill last month to provide $200,000 to DAP Health and Queer Works to design the program and aptly for state funding. The initiative, which is led by the city's first transgender mayor, Lisa Middleton, is part of a broader effort to spend millions of dollars in state funding to help the LGBTQ residents in collaboration with local nonprofit organizations. See, it pays to be LGBT or queer. I hate that word. I hate that word, queer. Anyway, the plan is effectively meant to prevent homelessness by giving 20 residents somewhere between $600 and $900 per month for nearly 2 years, and they can spend the money however they want, no strings attached. The only rule at this point is that the recipients have to be transgender or genderless. Like that's even possible. Rand said that instead of
it is, I'm looking at pictures of Lisa Middleton. I did not know that. I did not know that Palm Springs had a transgender mayor, and I will give her credit for her appearance. If you did not tell me that she was a trans woman, I would have thought that she was just an older, woman. So I do want to give credit that she has done a good job at presenting as a female. So
Lisa Middleton, other girl.
Props to you on that. I'm looking at your picture for the first time.
Which one?
I'm just on Google Images.
Thank you.
I just typed in Lisa Middleton transgender. So props to you on representing, coming out as you want us to see you as. But this also speaks to kind of like the activism of politics that happens. I mean, these people they get these major roles, and then they come in and start to, become activists. That's what this is. This is just pure activism.
Monica, do you hate that word too, queer? I hate that word. That's the crap that they used to call people when they're bullying kids, in the locker room areas and push them against the locker room. Hey, queer, it's just such a pejorative term. I can't believe the LGBT community has tried to embrace that. Hey, shout out to AJK Rebel on my Bigo. He's blowing up my Bigo right now. I appreciate that. Love you, AJK Rebel. Appreciate it. Bigo is a really cool app. If you guys don't know about it, I'm on it like 2 hours Monday through Friday. I stream on that platform, so go check it out. Get the app Bigo if you want to watch me do shit for 2 hours at a time.
How do you spell Vigo?
It's with a B, B-I-G-O, like big. B-I-G-O.
Oh, cool.
And then
I never heard of this.
it was
Cool logo.
fantastic, Adam. You might be a great host. You might be a wonderful host candidate. Yeah, you basically people can go on there and they can watch
Well, this
and
is
they
the
can
first video that popped up on my screen. Let me show it to you. From Bigo. This is the
there
first video.
you go. She's making her coin the best way she knows how.
God bless her. Wow. This is
Showing
an
off the
attractive woman.
boobs. But the thing about Bigo is you cannot be sexual. So it's been very hard for me.
This really,
Just kidding.
this really borders the line. Let me just say that. I mean, these
That
girls,
you're-
they do just
The
enough.
girls, yeah, the girls take it all the way to the point where they can't get banned. But this app is actually very conservative. It's a Singapore app, and they will not allow you for boys to show or girls to show their nipples in any way, unless you're near like a pool area. Pool, you have to have water. But
This
I
girl
want
here
to,
that I'm watching has a skimpy top on and no bra underneath, and her nipples are blasting through her top. So
perfect.
her nipples aren't being seen per se, but
Mwah.
we got.
That's how you do it. That's how you
playing
do
the
it.
game.
That's
She's playing the game.
magnifique. Mwah. You work the system.
They're working the
And
system.
Podcast Gel says, yeah, Ricky just throws his music on in the background and dances around. I do. I made my whole album basically on Bigo. So all my Bigo
Wow.
fans, they know my album like upside down because I let them in on the whole creation. I take them in the studio. I do everything with them. So it's just a great app. It's my favorite app. And right now, AJK just started a fan lottery on my app. Thank you so much. Mwah. Love you, AJK. So there's like really cool things you could do on the app. It's really fun. Like you don't have to give gifts, but if you give like an emoji gift, like it changes the screen, different shapes, and does like all that stuff. Like,
Oh,
show 'em
TikTok
again.
had something like that too.
yeah, it's very TikTok-y, but it's like the TikTok is copying Bigo. Oh, look at see.
Yeah, they do that on TikTok too with gifts.
Yeah. So the gifts like change the screen a lot. Thank you, AJK, and really dramatically. Like TikTok wishes they knew how to do all that technology. They or do it that way. They're basically copying Bigo because Bigo is so popular. It's becoming more and more popular. A lot of stars are on it now. A lot of celebrities. So yeah,
That's pretty cool.
It's
I'm gonna
cool.
check this platform.
yeah. And if you're interested, Adam, don't start a profile yet until you talk to me because I can get you an agent and you can become like a host. So hosts are different than just other things. You know what I mean? You could be a professional host.
Dude, I love that, man.
Yay.
That'd be awesome.
I love you too, Shan. Well, she's also regular on my Bigo. I love you. But yeah, I
Awesome.
think it'd be great for you, Adam. You'd love it. Just all you need is a couple hours of you like doing something you love. Like I show myself working out a lot. I show myself dancing or just vocalizing or talking on the phone. I always give consent if I'm having a conversation with somebody. It's just helped me to be more natural online too. Just be not afraid of the comments, not afraid of people, not afraid of anything. So it's cool.
Good. I gotta check out the platform.
Not afraid of how you look, because a lot of times
Yeah.
I just wake up and I turn it on. I'm like, and they still love me.
Hey, give me 1 second. My dog ran onto in a little like window ledge I have, and she never knows how to get down. I hear her. whining.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll give you a second. So, babes, how are you guys feeling out there in the Facebook and YouTube land? Let me know. Are you guys losing energy? Do you need more energy? You should get C60 Evo available on my website, rickyrebelrocks.com, or you should try the C60 Evo Advanced Facial Serum. Hello, I used this last night. Oh my God, and my skin is glowing today. This is no joke. This product is no joke for your skin. Like seriously, I posted a video of my. In fact, I think I should play it. Let me play it on Instagram. Speaking of Instagrams, let's go on Ricky Rebels and show you my new post.
She was whining because she got stuck on the balcony on the little ledge.
Aw,
It's like a windowsill. That's what I should call it. It's a windowsill.
yeah.
She gets up, but she doesn't know how to get down. It's really cute. And then she's just like doing the.
Like help me.
Yeah, her name, for everybody wondering, is Cloud Francisco on Instagram. She's got a little page. So if
I
you guys want
love
to follow her.
Cloud.
Cloud Francisco.
Oh, I can't do that without logging in and showing
No,
everybody
you
all
can
my
just click
info.
it and open a new tab. It'll work.
Oh, okay.
I think if you right click and open a new tab, you should be able to pull up the content.
Oh,
Double click it.
open link in new tab. True or
Yeah.
false? Let's try that. Let's try
Either
that.
it's a right click or it's a double button click. I don't know how your laptop is set up.
I think I did it. There, I did it. I totally did it. You right click. Let's
Or
show
open a
it.
new link. Yeah, open a new tab or something.
So I tried this. I did this last night. I made this cute little Instagram video. I want to share it.
I liked it already. I dropped a comment for you.
The secret. Bitches come and go.
Uh-huh.
But you know what
Uh-huh. Look at how much. Look at that. The difference, though. It was different. Like
Yeah,
the
you
before and
look
after.
like a newborn baby.
Thank you. C60 Evo, baby.
That's right.
I'm gonna put that little banner out.
That's
Boom.
right.
Dot
Go,
com.
guys, go buy some
C60evo.com.
C60 Evo to support Ricky's channel.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. It really did make a
You have to
difference.
de-age yourself too. You look really good. Have you seen the pictures of Madonna?
Oh yeah. Do you want to put Madonna up? Let's talk about Madonna.
Yeah, have you seen that? The creepy TikTok that she made?
You know she's my hero, right?
That's
Let me put you up.
could be a hero, but you know, we're still allowed to judge her. what she does to
Oh
herself.
yeah, I judge her the hardest. I'm gonna go on your TikTok because I know you did a really good TikTok on this.
I did a TikTok on it, yeah.
Send me the link. Send me the link so we can save time.
Terry says that they were kicked off one of our Instagrams. I don't know whose Instagram.
Who is? Oh, here it is. Madonna may have gone too far. Let's look at your.
Yeah, you got
YouTube.
it. You guys seen this latest picture of Madonna?
Let me
Yeah,
look at
Terry,
Madonna.
I don't block anybody, so I don't know who you're talking about.
What happened?
I don't know. Terry O in YouTube says I was kicked off, blocked from your Instagram. I don't know.
Oh, why?
Yeah, I don't know why. I don't block anybody, and I don't think you're
Oh,
block his fans.
yeah.
Either.
Unless you're a troll and being a real dick.
Exactly.
You have to
Yeah,
be a
let me-
real
let me-
dick though, like a super like asshole, and then I'll block you.
Let me see if I can find the TikTok with Madonna. Here we go.
I got
you.
it. Yeah.
Have you guys seen this latest picture of Madonna? It looks like she's taken this.
Okay, I don't want to get docked, but yeah. Let's
I
talk
sent you
about.
the link, the original one.
Yeah, I like that you did a TikTok on this.
Well, it's mostly me talking, but if you go to the private chat, you'll see the original video in the link. I sent you the link,
Okay.
and it's just
okay.
like, it's weird. Like she took it too far.
You know what? Listen, how old is she? Is she 60?
No, older, in her mid 60s, I think.
She's like in her mid 60s.
63.
She's intense.
Have you met her
She's
before?
63, and I don't see any wrinkles. I don't see any
She has fewer
wrinkles.
wrinkles than you, bro. And she's, I don't even know how old you are, but she's
I'm serious.
significantly older than you, and she's got less wrinkles than you do because
I
of all
know.
the work she's had done to her face.
It's serious. Like I can't even. Oh, Madonna on TikTok? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Like I kind of give her props for that. Let's take a look at it.
Marty, we see you, Greg. Marty Greco, we see you.
Boom. Extreme close up.
Get ready. Keep playing it.
I'm gonna turn the music off so I don't get docked. Look at that face.
Look, she blows a kiss to the camera.
She looks like a fish. Here's the
It's the
situation. Why I don't understand why her face is shaped that way. Like, is the camera doing that kind of like fisheye lens? Is it on a fisheye?
I don't think so. I think she played around with her face a bit too much. And, I think that it's important that all of us, we could do some anti-aging treatments, but within reason. You start to do too much and it doesn't look good anymore. It starts to reach something called the uncanny valley, which is when it looks less realistic, less human, and it makes you feel uncomfortable. That's the phase that she's reached.
This is too much.
This is too much. Like I get
But,
she's trying to look
there
like
are
this
zero
before
wrinkles
the
on her face,
podcast,
though.
like,
I
come
got to
on.
give her props for that. She has zero, nothing. Like but look at all the filler. I mean, that's what makes your face look like that. It's all this filler that you put. And you know what it is, she's probably listening to her plastic surgeon, you know. And with her skincare person. And if you overfill your face, like you're screwed. It looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
You got to be conservative about it. But that's that liberal thing, you know. Liberals want more. A lot of times. So my skincare guru, her name is, I'm going to give a big shout out to Michelle Fisher at Loudon Medical Aesthetics. She would never ever do that to my face, ever in a million years. Like she would, you know, she's very conservative. She's a conservative herself, so she's never going to go make sure that never happens to me. But all I can say is, you know, she's in her 60s and 0 wrinkles. That's cool. Her skin looks great. That's what I will say. Her skin, that's amazing skin, but the shape of her face has completely changed. I mean, she looks like an alien. And that's my hero. You know, that's my musical hero anyway. Yeah. Cher does not look like that. No, Cher looks amazing, Cats. I will say that. Cher has aged a lot better than Madonna. For sure.
I do want to say, though, that there is this unfair dynamic that happens between, I think, celebrities when you're male or female. I think that men are given more of a pass when it comes to aging than women are in our society.
Oh,
Ricky,
yeah.
I don't know if you agree, but I mean, generally, if you look at any dating chart and you look at desirability graphs, which they pull in through dating apps,
yeah,
it shows that men don't reach their peak desirability until they're about 50 years old. And women's peak desirability is when they're 18. And then so women 18, and then it fades, and then it drops. Men start low and keep increasing until 50, then they taper off. And then at the age of 30, it's called the power axis. That's when the woman's desirability starts to drop below a man's desirability, because that's when a man's got his career going on. He's becoming more wise, all that stuff. So it's a power axis at 30. 30 is a very interesting point for both men and women.
Look at this guy.
So I just think it is a bit unfair. And again, we can
the older he gets,
we can only blame biology for this, that men tend to be attracted to beauty and youth, and women are attracted to capability and status. That's just the way it is. So when you have these men on the screen that you have up here, these men all have capability and status.
Yeah.
Their looks are not as important.
Right.
But when it comes to females, a lot of these women make...
Right. But that's why there's all this pressure for men to, you know, be the breadwinner, to make that cash.
Correct. And in general, speaking of relationships in general, heteronormative relationships in general, men are happier when they're the breadwinner, and women are happier when there's traditional gender roles in a relationship. Call that social construct, call that, you know, whatever you want, stereotypes, but that's just what all the research shows. And what happens is when women out there become very successful, it actually becomes harder for them to find a good partner.
Harder, huh?
Yeah, because think about it. If you're a woman making $250,000 a year, who's going to date you as a man, right? Like, the man's going to have to make significantly more than you to be happy. So he's going to have to be like a millionaire. But those men are like not as faithful usually because they have so much money and they're so attractive to the opposite sex. So rich women end up attracting like the men that want sugar mamas or the broke guys. And there's nothing wrong with how much money you make. I don't judge anyone for that. Like, as long as you're supporting yourself and, you know, you're building for a future, God bless you. That's all it's about. But when you just look at statistics of relationships, I always find it super interesting to like analyze these types of things. And then you can kind of get an idea if it's going to work or not.
Yeah. Well, I mean, whatever works in a relationship. It either works or it doesn't work. It's weird. Relationships, either it's going to fit right or it's just not going to work. So if it works for both of them, where there's like the sugar mama, and she's happy and he's happy and everybody's happy, that's great. But in the gay world, aging is not looked upon as good at all. like in the gay world. In the gay world, they don't, they judge each other, but in reality, they're still adherent to science just as much as other people are, right? See, that's why men are so, like you were talking about, the normal social dynamic of why men look hotter when they get older. It's because they have more of this, like you were saying, more like they got their shit together. They got
Right.
all these qualities about them, like alpha male thing about them that a boy just can't have. A boy,
Right.
a younger guy would never, or some of them have a lot of alpha energy, but they don't have it as much as somebody who's been through all that life experience. So that's why it's so attractive. So I think the gays, they get on each other about age and things like that, but in reality, they're still slaves to science.
Of course. Well, remember, men in general care a lot about physical appearance and beauty. That goes for straight men, and that applies also to gay men. And so, when it comes to the gay
Yeah.
community, there's this pressure amongst gay men to have to look pretty, to have to keep their body tight, and that also exists in heteronormative relationships. Women are a
Yeah.
lot more, women in general are more forgiving with the way the men look. And I'll give you a perfect example. All the
Oh yeah.
girls I went to high school with, all the hot chicks from high school that I grew up with, the hot girls from my class, right? All
Yeah.
of them went on. They didn't marry hot guys.
No,
Almost
they
no
don't.
girl from my high school married a hot guy. They ended up
Yeah.
marrying average, below average, somewhat obese, out of shape
This
guys.
is
But the guys worship those kind of girls, so the girls end up being happier because the
right.
women are technically dating down because physical appearance isn't the priority when it comes to for women. A lot of
Yeah.
times, women will prioritize again capability, sense of humor, values, purpose, ambition. They look at all these other things, and if the guy's hot and has six packs, that's great. But some women don't even like guys with six packs because it puts too much pressure on them to keep their bodies tight as well. So it's super. All this stuff works together. It's such an interesting dynamic, the psychology of dating, and I love
Yeah.
analyzing it. I love analyzing it.
My uh my partner, my guy or whatever, he's a doctor in psychology, and he talked about how women tend to date in the dating pool down and across, whereas men date up above their status, and I think across or just up. And because I have more of a quote femininity, whatever you want to call it, I tend to date down and across because I've noticed I'm like the hot guys are not, they don't want to go, they're not as you know what I mean, they don't hit me up as much. It's usually the guys that are like down and across. They're like, but I'm attracted to all types of people, so I'm like, I'm cool with that, but at the same time, I know if a guy's ripped with big things and he's not going to be feeling Ricky Rebel.
Well,
But
because
a hot chick is the hot chicks are, and that's interesting too. The hot chicks
yeah, a
are
lot
like,
of times the most desirable people give you the least effort, and they've been kind of trained to become that. Like for example, if you have a guy that gets all the girls a player, usually they're the laziest guys in bed because they know that they can just sit back, relax, and the girls can do all the work, and they get away
yeah,
with it because they're so desirable. They don't have to put the effort in. But if you go after some like guy who's unattractive, obese, he will work his ass off in the bed to overcompensate for his lack of, beauty, let's say. So it's all super interesting.
yeah. It is interesting how the psychology of all of it.
Yeah.
Um, somebody's asking about Olga. Olga is doing well. That's Glam Rebel Star on my social media accounts. She is from Russia. They're asking about her. Is she okay? Yes, I have spoken to her. I know there's like a lot going on over there. Um, but yeah, she's doing okay. So, but thank you for asking. We love Glam Rebel Star. She's the one who does all those beautiful portraits of me, and um, she does all of the cover photos for Tuesdays with Rebel. She's very helpful with that, and we love you, Glam Rebel Star. Love you, baby. Shout out to you. So, Adam, do you wear that hat in public? That's what Katz wants to know.
I have I've committed to normalizing Trump supporting. That's become very important to me.
Really?
So I will, yes, I want to. So When I'm in the U.S., I have worn a Trump hat every single day I've been in the U.S. for the past since the
cool.
election.
Mhm.
So I have this one, Let's Go Brandon, which I wear a lot. I also have
Yeah.
this one, which I wear when I really want to trigger people. This
Make
is the
America
classic.
great again.
This is the most triggering hat that I own, the classic Make America Great Again.
I love that one. Yeah.
I have this one, Don't Blame Me, I Voted for Trump.
Yeah.
I have Let's Go Brandon in my car right now. It's in the back seat. I have this
Yeah.
one, which also triggers people, Border Patrol. And then I have
I
this
love all
one.
that. So, like triggering.
I got this one, God Bless Trump. This is the one I also customized myself. And then I have a Let's Go Brandon hat. And I'm also currently working on designing another hat that says "Not a biologist." I think that's going to be funny. Not a biologist.
So you can't tell what a girl is, what a woman
I
is.
don't know what a girl is.
You don't know what a
Gay,
woman
I
is. I
can't-
mean, you're not a biologist. I mean,
Not a biologist. I
geez.
can't be gay then. I can't be gay or straight.
can't tell.
Can't tell. I just sent you some links in the
Okay, let me
chat.
see. Yeah, because
And,
we're gonna wrap it up soon
It
here.
circles back, as Jen Psaki says, it circles back to to some things that we saw about Disney earlier. It's the Instagram link. Let me resend it again.
I think I got the Disney one, or
It's the Instagram link. I just resent
it's an Instagram. Okay.
And it just goes to show you that there is a problem happening at Disney in terms of their employees.
There's something going on, huh?
You know,
I did not like working for Disney. I was in the Aladdin show, at Hyperion Theater. And dude, the rules were just so freaking crazy. I mean, the rule book was like this big, this large of things we couldn't do. I just felt like just Nazi. Just felt like a concentration. I shouldn't say that. Don't say that. Don't say that. It just felt very controlled. I didn't.
So
like
this
it.
is just some news stories, recent news stories that happened in the news, and you know, you got to think like a lot of these people that work at Disney, they work around children all the time. So it's like if you are a sick person and you want to be around children, you get a job at Disney, and it looks like that's what's happening for some of these people. I think they need to do some better screening with their employees. You can scroll through, by the way, this post.
Disney's employees Savannah, Lawrence, and Jonathan were arrested for soliciting a threesome with undercover agents posing as a 13-year-old girl. Our fantasies to play stepdad, stepdaughter, stepmother, they said in an online chat. Oh,
go to the next one. Go to the next image.
Disney cruise ship employee Milton Braganza was caught on camera molesting an 11-year-old girl, but Disney authorities allegedly told security to keep your mouth shut, allowing the man to evade arrest.
And apparently this guy has escaped and gone back to India or something.
Damn. Disney cruise employee Oliver Lavatt was arrested for molesting a 10-year-old boy on the ship's Oceaneer Kids Lab. The charges were later dropped when the boy's parents did not want him to testify in court. Wow.
I mean, there's tons of these stories. That's the point, though.
Disney World employees.
This does seem to be a systemic issue.
Okay.
Happening within Disney. And as you probably heard a couple months ago, there was a sting, and they arrested hundreds of people in like some kind of ring. I don't want to say the full word, but some kind of ring, you know what I'm talking about. And a handful of those were Disney employees. So,
yeah,
you know, this is just.
Well, you think about it, if you're a pedophile, you know, whatever. I don't want to say it to get all docked or taken deplatformed. But if you are that, where would you want to go?
Exactly.
It's like a strip club for them. You know, like us working at a straight guy working at a strip club. You know,
isn't that crazy? It's true.
It's disgusting, but I'm saying like that's probably what's going on. So basically, a lot of people are taking away their Disney Plus stuff. I've heard about that. Their stock is going down. Is that true?
Well, my friend just canceled his Netflix live on TikTok yesterday, and he already canceled his Disney Plus.
Damn.
Here's my problem. I am obsessed with Marvel comics. You know, I grew up reading Spider-Man comics. I actually own a lot of really cool shit. You know what? Let me show this to you. Hold on. Let me show this to you, okay? Hold on. Let me grab this for you.
He's going to show us his collection of Spider-Man stuff. Hey guys, so if you're watching right now, we are live on Bigo. If you want to join me on Bigo after the show, I do like an hour long after show.
So
Go on to
throughout my
download
life,
the app,
Ricky,
Bigo. Okay, what are you showing me?
throughout my life, I have been a big freaking nerd when it comes to comics. And my dad bought me my first Spider-Man comic when I was 7 years old. And ever since then, I became addicted to the point where I own a lot of classic
Ooh.
Spider-Man comics.
Damn.
Graded. This in my hand is about a $700 comic right here.
Wow.
And I have tons of these. This is rated a 9.4. 9.4 grading, which means the quality of the comic is very, very high.
Wow.
So my point is, I own a lot of comics. I probably have about 4,000 comic books. It's huge collection.
Damn.
And, to me, I've always wanted to see these characters in the movies: Spider-Man, Wolverine, X-Men, all that stuff. And now that they're here, I have to support Marvel because of that. And unfortunately, Disney owns Marvel. That's the thing that really pisses me off now. And that's why I can't cancel my Disney Plus, is because I just love Marvel so much. And it's putting me in a really shitty situation because I would love to cancel my Disney Plus right now.
Yeah.
But I need
I
access
canceled
to
mine.
Marvel.
I canceled my Disney Plus. I'm like, forget it.
They got me by the balls, man. They got me by
They
the balls.
got you with that Marvel. Damn.
Yeah, but the point is I love Spider-Man and Marvel, and yeah, I'm kind of trapped with those guys.
Damn.
So Terry O, let's address Terry O. He says,
I know Terry O was like having a panic attack over here. I honestly
don't know what I
like
did for you to have to block me from Instagram, Ricky. Do you?
Terry, I don't know who you are, bro. Like, you must have said something shitty that I didn't like, and I blocked you. Do you recollect like maybe you said something shitty to me? I only block extreme assholes. Like, they have to be extreme, like super extreme.
And I can't imagine him being extreme if he's in the room right now. You know, he's like here chatting with you. So
Yeah,
I'm just saying, like, I don't know. Maybe he did say something. Maybe he didn't. Who
but
knows?
Terry's being nice now, so
Exactly.
maybe I
That's
can.
why I'm confused.
Maybe I can unblock you. So maybe it was an accident. I don't know.
He says, I didn't. Maybe it was an accident. Sometimes it happens.
I didn't. I don't. I didn't. Okay, Terry. Oh, then I'll figure it out. All right. Message me on. Let me see. Can a blocked person message somebody?
No, but you can check your block list and see if he's.
I'll check.
Terry,
what's your username, Terry?
You could look for your name,
and I'll unblock you. Apologies. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah, my block lists are clean. I only block spammers. Like if someone's like, "Hey, I got this Bitcoin opportunity for you," you get blocked.
Yeah. Sorry about that, Terry. We'll figure this out. So yeah, I like Batman. Is that Marvel or is that no?
That's DC. That's DC Comics.
DC. Oh, that's like the competitor.
Yeah, technically it's a competitor. Yeah, but historically they have done some crossovers in the past where DC and Marvel allowed the characters to be shared across universes. So it has happened, but they're competitors for the most part.
So who are the top like 5 DC and who are the top 5 Marvel people?
I'm going to say with DC, it's probably going to be Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, and the Joker.
Nice.
Are probably going to be the 5 DC.
I think I'm DCer then. Okay.
And then as far as Marvel, you'll have Spider-Man, Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, and Thor.
Okay. Yeah, I'm definitely more of a DCer, I guess.
Well, I'll say this:
the
main difference between the two characters, the two universes that I've always seen is tonality.
There's a tone, huh? There's a tone.
DC is kind of like darker, and the characters are often, from what I've seen, more based in reality and like more human.
Oh, okay.
And with Marvel, it's a little bit more fantasy world.
Fantastical
And colorful. But both comics have addressed a lot of really important civil rights issues throughout their history, which is really what a lot of these comics are for, is escapism. You know, a lot of the characters that are created were reactions to real world events.
I see.
So there's a lot of power in comic books, and my conspiracy theory is I truly think that comic books were meant to condition us for the next phase of human advancement. So I think in the 40s, we only had like paper and pen for comics, right? So they show like Superman or Spider-Man. And now we have these movies where everything looks realistic, right? You see Spider-Man
Yeah.
swinging between buildings, you're like, yo, that looks dope. As you probably know, there are countries around the world now that are doing gene modification of babies. You can have designer babies now where you can choose the gender. They also have something called CRISPR technology where you can decode the DNA and you could give somebody extra attributes when they're born. My theory is that there are already super soldiers being developed in this world somewhere. Somewhere in this world, they have super soldiers. They have human beings born faster, stronger, smarter than any of us. These people that probably exist and walk among us. And my theory is that comics and movies are meant to normalize this. So when it happens, our brains aren't like, whoa. It's that we'll be conditioned to accepting it through Hollywood and media. That's my conspiracy theory.
Interesting. Do you believe in aliens?
Absolutely. 100%. Just based on sheer mathematic and logic alone. You know, what are the, and how vast the universe is. Just what are the odds that we're the only species out there in the entire universe?
I know there's like no way of knowing that. There's no way of knowing. Like I'm saying, like there's no way of like being definitive about like we're the only ones. It's like really, the universe goes on forever.
Exactly.
Bitch.
Exactly. There could be parallel universes. There could be multiverses. You know, there was this theory. There was a very high level Israeli space guy. He was I think in his 80s, Israeli space guy, and he made a claim that Trump wanted to reveal to the world that aliens are real and we have some kind of agreement with a peace accord with them.
Nice.
And that's why one of the reasons why they had to get rid of Trump was because
he was ready to talk about that.
Humanity's not ready yet to hear about aliens.
He was ready to go off on that because his father or his son asked him about that. Are there aliens, Dad? In an interview, and he's like, I don't know. He was like,
I just feel like some of our technology had to come from somewhere else. Kind of like the Transformers movie, how they reverse engineered some of the the Autobots. I just feel like some of that should happen here. You know, Area 51 or something. Who knows? I mean, we as people know 1% of what the elites actually know.
Right.
We're the iceberg, and they're underneath the water. They're the 90% mass, and maybe they do it to protect our psyche or our mental breakdowns.
Yeah.
But ultimately, I find that to be wrong. I think that we should be empowered with information.
Always.
And we're not.
Yeah, always. Yeah. I think a lot of weak minds out there that can't handle the truth. They can't handle shit. It's weird. Very weird. I'd rather know and then like have to deal with it myself and take yoga class or something and Pilates, work it out.
Exactly.
Punch a bag or something.
Right. Take a Ricky Rebel fitness program.
Take C60 Evo to deal with it. You know what I mean? Like, do what you got to do. Anyway, you've been great, Adam. Thanks for co-hosting today. You all have been amazing. All your great comments and sharing and liking the broadcast. I really appreciate it. So we're just going to end on a musical note. I'm going to just pick one of my tracks here. Let's see what song we can work with here.
Awesome.
What song?
If you guys want to find me anywhere, by the way, just Adam Francisco on YouTube, Rumble, TikTok, Truth, Instagram. You guys can find me anywhere, and I'm always open. My line's always open, so DM me with any questions or topics you want to talk about, and I'm happy to offer commentary and my opinion on pretty much anything. I'm an open book.
I love it. All right, so here's my track. It's called Magic Carpet from my album, The Royal Collection, available now on my website, rickyrebelrocks.com. If you buy a CD today, I am going to throw in a advanced facial serum from C60 Evo as a thank you gift. All right, and here it is, Magic Carpet. You guys are awesome. We'll see you next week. Adam and I will see you next week. Tuesdays Rebel at 12 p.m. PST.